Dear Monish, Jai Gurudev, victory to the Guru, to the big mind, victory to the infinity. Sumit. Hi friends, this is Monish, back again with another book review, and this time it is the Autobiography of a Yogi, written by Paramahansa Yogananda, first published in 1946. This book is a little special, was shared with me, or rather gifted to me by my cousin in special circumstances. And this book is a little dear to me for that. And of course, I really enjoyed reading this book, and I'm sure you would too. So let me give you my 3 reasons, the 3 features that stand out that will help you decide if you want to pick this up or not. Number 1, it's fascinating. It is one of the most fascinating books I've ever read. When you do pick up a book, when you read the back cover, you tend to have some notions about it. Okay, this is what can I expect, and this is how it's going to be. But this book is extremely unique. I've been reading for such a long time and myriads of books from all walks of life, but nothing could prepare me for what the author has shared with all of us. It really is an autobiography of a yogi. And it is fascinating to see someone, an individual like you and I, being attracted to the divine and pursuing a spiritual path from very early on in life, following the guru disciple tradition, and things evolving from there, and this person achieving so much in life across the world. And of course, he has stories to share which are incredulous. And just the journey of the author and what he was able to achieve and accomplish is extremely fascinating. The second feature of this book is miracles galore. The author does share instances where these yogis, these sadhus, these ascetics, these mystics are really performing miracles like teleportation, telepathy, reincarnation. And then he talks about astral planes, astral traveling. And just as all this begins to sound like mumbo jumbo, or rather too esoteric, he actually shares the photographs, the pictures of these saints, where he is pictured with them. For instance, he goes and meets a yogi or an ascetic in some remote part of India, and that person has a lioness as a pet, a vegetarian lioness. And there it is, the picture for you to see. And the various gurus that have influenced his life, He has pictures showing of them, and he's standing with them or sitting with them, and almost all of them are sitting in a lotus posture. There are these pictures, and then he's coming from a position of logic, and because I'm aware of the power of meditation, and I have been meditating for a while, I know. I'm a novice compared to Paramahansa Yogananda and his contemporaries, but I know that this meditation can really open your mind. So with these pictures, with the logical explanation of how things can be molded, and with the help of yoga, to be specific, Kriya Yoga, which is a specific technique being taught all over the world in various ashrams by various foundations now. But I think he was the first one to really propagate Kriya Yoga. And with these pictures, with these fascinating stories, with these miracles, and the logical explanation, and being aware of the power of meditation, it really makes you feel that all this is possible. It really is. And it adds to that fascinating aspect of this book. And I was turning one page after another to see what's going to happen next, or what new instance he has to share with us. And then he achieves so much. He's born in an eastern part of India. He travels to America, all a result of a prophecy, as if following a path of his dharma, which he was able to realize. And of course, he was helped with the various gurus guided him along this path. And all this is beautiful. The third feature of this book is that it forces you and I to think. I'm at that stage of my life where I do a lot of contemplation, introspection, and maybe as a world we are going through so many changes, mindless consumption, pursuit of something that really doesn't matter in the end, and whatnot. And what it made me feel and think the most about was my own life journey. What is my dharma? And am I on the path of my dharma, or what is it exactly that I'm doing? It made me evaluate my own life. And very few books do that. For example, the thought that kept coming to me again and again was, you must have heard this, from people who have achieved a lot in their lives, or who have come out of a crisis successfully, or many, spiritual leaders around the world, or spiritual people really, that if you and I, we follow God's path for us, or rather we follow His path, we try and be good and do good and be a little religious about our spiritual practice, or we simply proactively pursue a spiritual path, the God will help us. And this was really jumping out of the book, you know. Every step of his journey, every stage of his journey, it seemed that he was being guided by the divine, that the divine was actually intervening and helping him along. And even though the author doesn't talk about it, or rather he does not proclaim it as such, but that's what we see. Because an ordinary person born in the 1908 or something was able to achieve so much, or 1880 was able to achieve so much. It's not possible without divine help. And the reason that comes out jumping from this book is because he was on a selfless path. He was out there on a mission, and deep down in his heart, it was about helping people. And that's what I feel is the spiritual path that we're all on. We're all are on. And you connect the dots. Why does religion talk about tithing? Why do people who are millionaires now, who started with scratch, are giving so much? And why they insist that giving is an essential part of our journey towards success. And I felt it a little in my life. Whenever I decided to give, it gave me a lot of joy. And it never felt as if I was spending money out of my own pocket or making do with my budget or whatever. It seemed as if God was giving it to me, and it didn't even feel like it was my money if I was, using it to help people. It felt as if God is giving me more. Okay, you do my work, I'll give you more. I felt it a little. and just connecting the dots. If we are on a spiritual path, following our dharma, I think things tend to go a little smoothly if we learn to accept how things are and do what we can do, and essentially trying to do good. Of course, it takes a lot of wisdom in trying to do all this, but then things do turn out to be a little better. So guys, as you can see, I really loved reading this book. The message, the morals, and if nothing else, just a fascinating story, man. So that was my 2 cents for this book, The Autobiography of a Yogi, written by Paramahansa Yogananda. Please do like this video and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, happy reading.